Okay, hi. Hopefully everything is working alright now. And we can start this Iiosia stream thing. But first, thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming along. That's what I want to get across, first of all. Because I just appreciate the fact that I can actually do this, you know, through my YouTubing hobby. The fact that I can say, hey guys, you know, I'm really struggling here. I would like to talk about stuff this Friday night. And here we are. That's just a brilliant thing to be able to do. So I appreciate being able to do that to start with, and I appreciate you guys like being here to share it with me. I don't know how many people we're having here. Actually, I didn't check. I don't normally check because it doesn't really matter too much. But I prefer it. Like, it seems like a good amount because like I don't want too many people in it, so I can't keep up with what people are saying. But enough to like just continue the chat is good, because I'm hoping, I sort of hope that I'll get a lot of questions as I talk about stuff through this. This is essentially a pretty selfish stream on my part. Gotta say, you know, with me just like, I have a problem, come and help me with it, you know. So I make no sort of bones about that. But if me talking about this does inspire somebody else to do it, then, you know, good. And in fact, you know, if this doesn't even work for me, but it inspires somebody else to do it, then I guess it's, you know, it was worth it anyway. You know. So that's good. But I want to get out of the way that, yeah, it is a pretty sort of, like, selfish stream. Whereas normally, like, I'm telling the story through a game and stuff. Yeah, it's not what I usually do. It shows the sort of extent of my desperation, I suppose. Well, you know, it's desperation, but I just want to try it. I want to see if it works. So, hi. Welcome to my desktop. I have my V on my desktop here. And I also have a little thing drawn here, so I can tell how, because this should be like the limit of the stream window. And yeah, the comments will still be late. It looks like Twitch is still... Twitch's chat is still a lot slower than the alternative one we sometimes use for the V streams. But it doesn't matter too much because this isn't going to be a massively sort of like high-paced, you know, fast-paced thing. Yeah, Uruk, that's what. Oh no, I don't think it means the stream is laggy. Why you can't see anything? And indeed, a point with this is that I am streaming at a higher bit rate, so higher quality. But because I imagine a lot of time we'll be looking at sort of still images and text rather than sort of, you know, we're not playing a game, are we? So I upped the bit rate so to get some sort of like greater clarity on the stream. But if that, you know, affects like you know, if it makes things choppy, I imagine like when I scroll through stuff it might be a bit blurry. So I'll try not to do that too much, but I will, you know, I'll have to as we go through pages and stuff. But yeah, that's just a thing that I thought I'd mention. Because we better get on with things. I'm actually kind of nervous, gotta say. You know, might be an odd concept. I have my laptop in front of me here to sort of type out any sort of like notes. Twitch is lagging. That's weird. Sorry, Lupercal. I don't know. I don't know. Like I say, I am streaming at a bit higher quality, so I could turn that down. Oh yeah, a different browser. We'll see if that works first, because I don't think anyone else is having any trouble. So in this section, it's just a little hello. I'm going to divide this sort of into sections. I'm not sure what yet. I did think about getting like an agenda on the go, but I thought that would be too formal. Yes, it will be recorded, and this will appear on the Iiosia website channel, which we'll get to. I'm sure it'll feature in this video, because I'm pretty much just going to go through everything that I've done. This is sort of like a motivational thing for me to say, you know, because it's very easy to get. Yeah, thanks, Sal. Oh, I've lost my train of thought because I was reading the chat. It's very easy to get overwhelmed with sort of like stuff you've got to do. So I'm hoping to sort of like just revisit some old stuff that I've already done and see how far I've come with the project. as well as see where I'm going to come from here, because it's yeah, there'll be a lot of cats as well. There'll be a lot of cats, don't you worry. Because it's quite easy to just think, oh, I've got this to do and that to do and all this to do, and I'll never get finished. And I think that was part of the issue with me sort of like stopping. And like in general, I think that I have these bouts of creativity, of production, if you like, productivity, where I'll like do quite a lot. And I'm going to use the term burn myself out, but I'm not sure if that's the case. I'm going to use the term make the most of it. Because, you know, I write quite a lot, and I do a lot with IRPG, or, you know, I'll write half a story or whatever, and then I'll stop, because I'll burn out. I don't want to do it anymore. And it's the coming back bit that's the difficult, it's the awkward bit. Alright, I'll turn the music down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, it's the coming back bit that's difficult, because it's hard to come back to a project I've started 6 months ago. That's why most of my stories are like half stories, and we'll go through them a little bit, I imagine, in the future during the stream, because you know, if I come back to it after that amount of time, I can't remember what I've done. I can't remember what's happened. Hi, Lance. Can't remember what's happened. Who's this character? They know. Where are we? What's going on? Where are they going? What are they doing? So like I start rereading it, which makes sense, but then I spot mistakes, and I go, oh, that could be changed, this could be changed, and so I start rewriting it, and so I rewrite the thing that I was going to continue, and never get anywhere with it, because yeah, I rewrite it, and then once I've rewritten what I've, you know, done, I lose my bout of productivity again. Yeah, or I just get sort of like bogged down with the whole rewriting thing, and I just kind of give up a little bit, you know. So that's a problem I face in terms of like the bigger stuff, like the story and that. That's just something that tends to happen. Yes, Oblivion is tomorrow. Yes, that is tomorrow. So that's sort of like my issue, because I was writing a story. We might as well start with that. Let's find that. I'll open this up, and we're going into stories. This is the story I was writing. These are all as a little insight. These are all story files of things that are like, see, bits, changes, rewrites upon rewrites of stories, you know. It's very difficult to just get anywhere with any of it, you know. It's terrible. It's terrible. It really is. But that's how's the quality on that, by the way? Do you guys see that all right? Can you read the writing? I don't know, because I know it'll be like smaller on your screen, because you don't have it in full screen. So you know, you'll be able to read it while you're chatting. But for people like watching this as it is consigned to the annals of history, you know, be watching it full screen on YouTube, I imagine. You know, the 3 people that will ever do that. Hi to you guys, by the way. So here's a little well, pop out the chat, Riddick, in Firefox, and you know, watch it in Chrome, but have it popped out in Firefox. That work? So when did I start working on it? A long time ago. And that's another thing that sort of puts me off about the whole thing, to be honest with you, is that it was so long ago. Sort of with, I'm going to say 10 years as a base. 10 years ago the initial idea came to me. And that's a long freaking time to come up with an idea like this. And it puts me off thinking about that, to be quite honest. Because then, you know, I'm thinking I should have done so much more. And I suppose I should really, before I even like go any further, say what I want from this, because I got an email from a guy and I didn't reply yet, and I feel bad about that. And Red, if you're in the chat somewhere, or if you know, going to pop in, then hi. I apologise for not emailing you back. But yeah, he basically like offered to be like an editor, and he seemed like he knew what he was sort of like talking about. I'm not saying that Death Incarnate doesn't, but he seemed to be more of I don't know. He just seemed to be coming from like a different direction, and he was saying, you know, what do you want from the whole thing? You know, which direction you're heading in? Do you just want to like create the world and think, right, that's it, I'm happy with that, or do you want to like make it into a computer game or a series of novels? Like, where is it seriously like going? And I had to think about that. I'm sort of like going in all of those directions, to be quite honest, but more like the novelty, creating a world sort of thing, because I can't just create the world in my head, like just sit down and think, right, I'm gonna sorry, I'll answer your question in a bit, Looper. So right, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna go into here. This is the website, by the way. I'm gonna go into World of Iiosia and I'm gonna scroll and I'm gonna get down to places, and right now I'm going to write about Malarai. It doesn't really work like that. I mean, I can do that and I can write like a brief thing, but I can't go into much detail until I actually go there. And the only way I can either go there is within a story or as a game session in IRPG. And the sort of like the lands that are fleshed out most, and the characters, well, the characters, races, stuff that are fleshed out most, are things that have actually appeared in some stuff. Like that, because I actually, you know, delve into it, and I'm not there, but you know, I can put myself in that place better than just writing information about a place, you know. Anyway, to answer your question, we put about no. Twisted Fates. There is a sequel to Twisted Fates, and it's here. It's called Nano, as in NaNoWriMo. We'll open it up and resize it. Like that. Oop. Spoiler warning. This was a NaNoWriMo project that I got to continue Twisted Fates, which is the only completed story that's on the website right now. Sorry, Peter. And this is 10,000 words. So it's, you know, I didn't get very... Wow, it's 10,000 words. It's 10,000 words that I wouldn't have written if I didn't try it. Fifth of the way through NaNoWriMo, even though I think NaNoWriMo is a little... I'll write that in my... might come back to that. I think that it's a bit too long. 50,000 words thing, I think it's too much to ask for the average writer, or the under average writer. Hi Mark, welcome. And yeah, there we are. So that's that. So I mean, there is. I know that must be like a complete blur for you. But they are. It's there. It's there. I started writing it, and then I stopped, and I thought I'll come back to it later, and there we go. I never did, you know. But there it is. There it is. So that's. I mean, it's there. No. But yeah, that's the sequel to Twisted Fates down here, which is actually finished. So yay for that. We're sort of getting past the whole introduction thing now, aren't we? Wait a minute, where's there we go. Let's talk about what are we going to talk about now? What should we talk about? We're not talking about. That's the sort of introduction done. I probably won't even keep this up. I'm going to stop smiling at you as well. That is, of course, if anybody. I want to go through a bit. I want to take a tour of this place again, because it's not somewhere I've been in a while. So, hi, Eldest Clock. That's cool. That's cool. Thanks. You can chip in and ask comments, ask questions if you like. Well, I think about Looper. I think, you know, short stories. I should do short stories, and with short, you know, I mean like a couple of thousand words. That's what I should be doing. I should be writing short stories. But but they just grow, you know? Hi, Neoi. And Emmy. Hello. Yeah, it's working. It's working. It's working, Emmy. Emmy, it's working. I sense frustration. Yeah, good old Twitch twat. I mean, Twitch twats. Oops. In fact, we'll just. I was going to write like what we're talking about, but this is going to be quite a. I can imagine this is going to be like quite random, so we'll just call it Iiosia and be done with it. Boom. There. That's what we're talking about. First thing to read about. Well, which short story or novel? Like I said, Reddick, there's only one. It's Twisted Fates. That's the only one that's out there that's actually finished. So I would recommend that one. Because there's not a lot of other choice in there. And, you know, a little series of 1,000 words or so. You know, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to say, like, shorter stories. In my little laptop here, sorry. A few thousand words. Because that's not a bad idea to try that, you know, because like I was saying, it's oh, okay. Sorry, Emmy. Yeah, like I was saying, you know, I'll get halfway through something and then I'll stop. But with a shorter story, it'd be much like they'll be simpler. Not that my novels. That's a good way of saying it. Very flattering, isn't it? Okay, FK. Now I've lost my. I said hello, and it's gone. It's freaking gone. Oh yeah, that one appeared, Moogie. That one appeared. Anyway, what the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, so shorter stories will be easy to write. Basically, they'll be, you know, simpler, and yeah. Making progress without burning out. Yeah. So I might try.